Pastor Adam Adom here from King's Yard Ministry. We thank God for your life. The matter is unfolding. It is becoming clearer and clearer that heaven is not a place you must desire to go. It's the place you must live here on earth. You must split it and bring the actualization of the heaven on this earth. Let me give you a typical example. In Exodus chapter 25, verse 8, there was an instruction given to Moses. Now, you must have a different mindset. Now you know that the heavens are rolling away. They are fading like a rag. So which heaven do you want to go to? So the questions you ask yourself. We plunder it and empty it. So the layers of heaven will be unfolded unto us. Now let's look at Exodus chapter 25, verse 8. According to all that I show you, that is the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all its furnishing, just so you shall make it. Now, this is a practical example of how you use heaven on earth. Moses, the servant of God, went high on the mountain to receive revelation from God. God spoke to him. And at that level of his split of heaven, so he received something from heaven. This is how you split it. He received an instruction from heaven. Anytime you split a dimension into heaven, it's just like moving from class 1 to class 2. When you are able to finish and complete class 1 well and pass, you are promoted to class 2. Some remain in class 1 and never go to class 2. So your whole life, you'll be living it according to the knowledge you receive from class 1. So you don't have class 2 knowledge. So the dimensions of heaven, what are we seeking? We are seeking to receive the light that was revealed on day 1 in Genesis chapter 1. The death of God that's coming to us, that we shall not walk in ignorance. So anytime you split each heaven, dimension of heaven, new revelation comes to you. And that revelation becomes part of your life and how you walk on this earth. But God designed the thing for a season. Moses received an instruction from the heavens, a particular heaven, particular revelation in a particular season on how to build the temple. And he built it accurately according to what he received. So the issue is he received the thing from heaven, but he didn't build it in heaven. He didn't remain in heaven. He received the instruction, but he built the instruction here on earth. This is how you live. So when you're able to split a dimension of heaven, you receive a word from God. You receive light from God. You receive understanding of that particular season, what God is doing. So the heavens they communicate the purposes of God to us in seasons. So that your beginning will be equal to your end. He is the beginning and the end. They cannot be different. So Moses built. After some time, David had a vision. And David wanted to build God a house, a place of worship. And God said, you cannot build that, Solomon will build. Now, you see, there was another season because Moses had received an instruction from heaven and built it on earth. Now, a season has come and somebody is going to build an edifice. The same thing that Moses built, somebody is building an enhanced form of the same thing. Solomon built the greatest structure in the Old Testament, the temple of God. So in building the temple of God by receiving another layer of heaven, the old one that Moses received becomes a rag. We cannot live that by that one, but the same principle of God wanting to dwell among his people still stood in the first tabernacle and then is standing here in the second tabernacle, the temple that Solomon built. And they got to a time Jesus came and said, this thing that Solomon built, bring it down and I'll build it in 3 days. That is another level. And then he said, he was talking about his death and resurrection. For through Jesus, we understand that the temple is now the body of Christ. No longer Moses' tent, no longer the structure, it is now the body. So what do? We keep looking into the dimensions of heaven, into the layers, into the stairs. We move because God is always revealing something in another dimension that will not change his principle, but that will be what the perfect accurate for the season, particular season you are working in. Glory. Glory. You need to keep looking. You need to keep looking. So we keep looking. And we are becoming him. The closer every step you take on the ladder, you receive more light because God is light. You are getting closer and receiving. It doesn't mean God is not with you. You can have the presence of God and still not access dimensions of him because his template is to create heavens and the earth and store up things in the heaven. You must have keys to decode. This is Pastor Edem Adom from King's Yard Ministry, and I'll continue in the next session. God bless you.